It was well played and it can carry me along because of time. Well, I want to start by making corrections. A lot of my colleagues, friends here refer me as I think that word is too heavy for me. Here I am in a committee where I have my elders, my friends, my colleagues. So to be called a mentor, I really feel one. Because I have my teachers here. I also have a lot of senior colleagues who have learned a lot of skills and knowledge from them. And most importantly, I have three role models in my life in medical practice. And incidentally, one of them is here, Professor Sununu. He is my role model because it's the peak of humility and remaining focused in whatever I do. So that has been my guiding principle in whatever I do, to remain focused and humble. And I hope also the younger one will follow that. My second role model is Professor Salaki, who was also an alumni of this institution. Because in nation, you don't need to complete your study here. If today you are to be appointed as a lecturer, enter classroom and teach, just a topic and then you disappear. You are an alumni of that institution. You have imparted knowledge, you have imparted knowledge. So I think we are all alumni, but only that we might be super alumni for having 2 universities at a time. Maybe all of us here, some of us will have only one university. So I'm an alumni of Sununu University, Father of the University Sokoto, and at the same time I'm also an alumni of the University of Sununu, and also an ambassador of the university. So I think my professors we have to all advantage. And then for Bisala Ekele, I've seen somebody who is a mentor, who bring everybody training under him, close to him, and work with him as friend. And also he has a way of correcting him. I would cite it by example. Most of the time when the exams come, you call me, you left government house, you don't have money, come to my office. Professor Ekele will give me money to buy for. So Professor Maru was here. When we go for the revision course, we always stay in Abuja, where the revision course was happening in Gwagwalada. One morning, Professor Ekele, after the program, he called me. I say, okay, all of you come to Gwagwalada. I said, Prof, we are moving. Okay. And exactly when we came, he gave us money that we are going to follow ourselves, and also that we are going to eat along. The professor is here. So this is a person that always has. But at the same time, Professor Ekele has a way of correcting you. He shy not to correct you in whatever circumstances. I've mentioned, when I was a resident doctor, I traveled to Germany. I left just for 2 weeks. But incidentally, I spent, I think, either 2 months or so. And I came back. I bought the best shoe that I think in my life. Through Dr. Ghana, I was able to go to his site. And I took it to his house in the night. In the morning, during the clinical meetings, he said, some people here thought that they can be moving from here to here and come and bribe their teachers. That was a shoe, and he showed it to the class, to the meeting that this is shoe Sununu brought me. That I will not say, you have to say. And I promised. And I met him in the office and I said, Prof, I will surprise you and I will pass by God's grace all my exam aspects and God made it like that. So these are mentors. So when they are there, you don't need to, provided they remain alive, you don't need to be called a mentor. And I'm also glad to say when I was appointed House Committee Chairman of Healthcare Service, my first point of call was Professor Ekele's office. I was crying, he was crying while I was giving my speech. That's our mentors who taught our life. And the last one is Professor Kididi. For the fact that everybody that has finished from the degree knows ECOMO Group. ECOMO Group is a nightmare. for me, I prayed to meet them in the exam. And luckily for me, my short case was taken by Tanyahu and my long case by Professor. Because the first thing to lose and fail exam, I tell you, we are in alumni meeting now, so we have the younger one, is to have a fear of your examiner. That's 100% fact. I've witnessed that. Those of us who are in obstetrics and gynecology knows in my patois, when I was, he had a parcel to go on college. So I'm the next candidate. So the chaplains in Ibadan just tried to, this and our second behind that. And he was waiting. Immediately he entered and said, it's bad. And that really stabilized the candidate that was behind me and now ahead of me because of that, so that he cannot be examined. And ultimately he failed the exam. So please, I'm a friend of everybody here, but I must also thank the provost for inviting me to come here today. My son, who's a medical student here, just called me that Baba, there's an alumni today, and I said, okay, it wasn't my fault. I've never gone to the WhatsApp group of the alumni, so I don't know, but I'll call the provost. And I said, jokingly, the provost, can I be accommodated? And he said it, and I thank you very much for accommodating me. Well, today is a period to share experience. Yes, academic component is very, very important. But in an alumni, you have to share experience, you have to share knowledge, we must also exchange ideas. And then we must also be able to, and that's why I'm happy. Two things are lessened here. We are here from the lowest medical student to the highest professor we have in this institution. And because the college is collegial in system, it's not only medical doctors that are here. And we are doing it. I can see a lot of people who are alumni of this college. They are not medical doctors. They are going up and down just to ensure that there is no hitches and this program went well. What is the lesson from here? Please, can we ask ourselves, can we go back to olden practice when things went wrong? With patient as a center, it's been discussed. Because here we are all here, our center is alumni. In our practice, patients are supposed to be our center. So can we develop a strong team that will center patient, irrespective of bribery and whatever you have, to say that what is our goal is to see the patient drive the best in our practice. If we can do that, we have learned a lot in this alumni. Today, we are having a very meaningful conversation. I've listened to Professor Bello, I've listened to, incidentally, all our vendors. One super, one trying to develop to be a super vendor. We have heard what they have said. We have seen the innovation they have brought. How do we make it better? How do we make our innovation knowledge acceptable? For instance, let me cite two examples that we need to work hard. When I joined the Federal Medical Center at Dominicali, I was opportune to go to India and learn laparoscopic surgery. And we sat down to develop the practice. And we said, cost of open surgery must be equal to that of laparoscopic surgery. So that what? To allow the skill to be learned by those who are interested. I said those who are interested. Because until we left, none of the people working under us was interested. And so it dies. Two, to also make it available and to people. But when I did a prospective study, I realized that most of our patients are coming from the southern part of the country. And what are the reasons? Socio-economic. Short hospital stay, that's a major advantage globally in terms of laparoscopic surgery, became the deterrent and the obstacle for people to accept that surgery. When you say, okay, that I yank, that I push. Fuji means laparoscopy, just keep on. The other can come down to the other. Say, okay, my sister had it, she only stayed one day. She went home. All those that are coming to greet her at home, don't give her anything. You understand? So if I can stay for 1 week in the hospital, it will be at my financial disadvantage. So these are issues that you have to understand. How do we go about this? And then Prof has just made a lot of development that are ongoing in this hospital. Are the people in Metuta Road here in Sokoto aware of these services? Have we made them to know that this is existing rather than going out to UK, to wherever you want to go without giving primary attention first locally to source this thing? So we have to educate people. A patient came from Abuja to Benin just to say farewell to her parent. She was going for what? Laparoscopic cystectomy. And then unfortunately she developed cyst accident. And she was rushed to the hospital and I was called. And I gave her the option of laparoscopy or open. And they went for the open. And we did it and she was out. The person that was sponsoring her and so rushed to take it. And he said, what you have done? I said, doctor, this is what I was asked to go to India and do it at cost of 5 million. Air ticket and this, and you are doing it now at 35,000 naira. I didn't mean I know you people are doing this. I wouldn't have wasted my time. So we have to also break the gap of information. We are not saying people should advertise themselves that I'm the best doctor. But the hospital must institute and the university what they can do. And also the university too. I'll start an example. When I was in the Chairman House Committee on Healthcare Services, I went to National Institute of Medical Research in government for an oversight. And I looked at their documents. And I realized that they were only able to generate $200,000 US in that particular year. And I said, this is a national institution. If this is what we can attract as grant, what of the university are doing? How much can they attract? And we agreed that these are the problems. COVID-19, Professor Bello made it clear. It has its advantage and it has its disadvantage. I can stand that it has some advantage because it brought a lot of goodies. Molecular laboratories that was done all over in all our tertiary institutions are the product of COVID-19 when we are in the National Assembly. So it has this. And I said that COVID-19, we use it and improve their structure. The following year when I went, we were able to attract $6 million US. And that gave them to have a home, hostel, 3-star hotel. Everything now we are going to do that in the National Institute of Medical Research. You don't need to go out. If you are doing so, there is no chapel. If there is no box, this. So you remain devoted to your research activities and this. So therefore, the university we must be able to, as the federal government on its own, I'm happy the Vice Chancellor has mentioned, TETFON has been in a position to prioritize more on research and also more on skills so that we can get things better. So, for us generally here, let us say that alumni is an opportunity, I'm talking about alumni, for us to connect. If not for this meeting, probably my very senior colleague and brother, Professor Agu, for long, I have not seen your face. And you are still looking younger than I know you before. So it allowed us to connect and come together and work as brothers, renew relationship, think of what happened before, where are these? And then also share experience of what we have learned before, where we are now, and see how can us, that sharing of the experience, where are the problems? And how those of us who are not here and they are in position to influence, can influence it. You see, problem is always yours if you didn't tell anybody. If others do not pay their ticket to go and meet you, that we need house officers, hostel accommodation, it will not come to my thought. And today, anytime I go to this hospital, I'm being helpful doing that. I thank you very much for giving me that advantage because if you have not all my attention, I may not like you to do that. So we have to share ideas. We have to propose our problems. Share it with those who are in position to make it better. We must also explore opportunities. This is very, very vital, and I think the university should take a lot of that advantage. We have best brain arising from this university and also institutional hospital here, who are there outside, who have access to grant in terms of research, who are asked to go and look for research assistant grant to apply their grant. Can we reach them? That is opportunity. Can they absorb some of our doctors who are trained here who have no opportunity to go there and then have their overseas experience and come back? But we must also understand now that Japan, if you go there, it's not that easy. Those who have gone to other countries and find themselves healing under the student visa are now finding it difficult. So please give that opportunity, come, do your training, come back and then this. I mentioned also this is a bureau to alumni. Please and please, I'm begging us. Let's see trainees under us. Let us see students under us as our own children. And we are ready to mentor them. You can do it because you'll be celebrated when you are in your absence. Professor Ekele came to me. I'm here, he's not here around, but I'm telling you what he has done for me. He came to my office, Honorable Minister, you have influenced this for me when I was in the House of Rep. You have done this, you have done this. Please, can you do another thing for my university? I look, I say, Prof, all of us, those in obsessing and religion, it's just like a playmate to all of us. I said, Prof, I'm going to teach you a lesson. I said, Professor, what have you done to your village? He was mute. And I said, tell me your primary school. Oh, sorry, tell me your hometown. I will take primary health center to that point. That is it. And I did that. When I was in education, I did primary school, 1, 2, his hometown. This is a memento. Today, no decision in Ofante that will happen.